Hello.
Hello.
Hello. We're playing Hardspace Shipbreaker again, and today we're doing the Javelin Heavy Cargo.
Hello.
Ooh. You already did that bit.
Oh.
Jesus Christ, Ben. You're part of a problem sometimes. I hope you know that.
Yeah. Okie dokie. Which one are we doing this time then?
Oh, I swear to God, I'm going to murder you.
We're doing a cargo thing, are we?
I'm going to make it look like a fucking accident.
Okay.
And no one will weep
There will.
with
You'll
joy.
weep. You will weep. You will have such mixed feelings. You won't even be able to enjoy the erection you've got.
Well, I don't know. I managed to enjoy pretty much every erection I've ever had. Oh, this is your fault, Ben.
What's my fault?
That that thing that you sighed at.
Oh, sorry. Sorry.
Yoink. Tag that onto there.
So.
Yeah, feel free to come up with a topic.
Okay, I'll do my thing. Like my connections round now.
Oh, if you want.
Okay,
Let's
fuck it.
get it done.
That's the spirit. um
Are you
oh,
gonna start?
yeah, bear with. So, let's see. Bill Gates and Frank Sinatra.
Well, it's not that they're both dead.
No,
Well, they both got blue eyes.
no.
Famously blue eyes.
Yes, old blue eyes, as Bill Gates was called.
Yep. It's funny
Uh,
actually. Frank Sinatra came up in a conversation at work the other day,
did he?
and I cracked out his nickname
Yeah,
as a sort of hey, yeah, I know things at my
the boss, famously.
relatively young age. The boss was Bruce Springsteen.
Presumably still is.
Well, yeah, because he's still alive. But like, what are you talking about a boss for? He's got. Oh,
I was making a joke.
oh, okay. So for a very, very brief moment now, I thought you were going to suggest that the boss was one of your connections.
No. Uh, Jay-Z and Eminem.
Well, one of them is a tasty, tasty sweet, and the other is M&M.
Okay, very good.
Thank you.
Uh,
How do you feel about
Nick Nolte.
M&Ms?
I love M&Ms.
Yeah,
M&Ms. Yeah,
Nem-Nems.
Nem-Nems. Yeah, Nick Nolte
Yep.
and Jeremy Meeks.
I don't even know who Jeremy Meeks is.
No, I don't think you will. Uh, he is famous only for this, really, fundamentally. This is the thing that brought him to fame.
Okay, so I guess if I just Google Jeremy Meeks,
Yeah, but don't. You'll ruin it.
all right, I won't. I won't Google Jeremy Meeks.
Okay.
Besides, how would I be able to? Considering you can see exactly what I'm doing.
Doing your phone.
Well, was two-handedly playing this game. Yes, I'm good, but I'm not that good, Ben.
Well, you could just stop playing the fucking game and you don't. Okay. David Bowie
Okay, famous for
and
a lot of things, David Bowie.
Keanu Reeves.
Keanu Reeves, a man that you don't believe is a very good actor.
Ah, I like him. I just think he needs the right project. Um, James Brown and Robert Downey Jr.
Okay, Robert Downey Jr. famously. Um,
Actually, sorry, I sort of fucked this up because there are years associated.
oh, okay,
Let's start from the beginning. Bill Gates, 1977.
okay.
Frank Sinatra, 1938.
Oh, okay,
Jay-Z, 1999.
okay,
Eminem, 2000.
okay,
Nick Nolte, 2002.
okay,
Jeremy Meeks, 2014.
okay,
David Bowie, 1976.
okay,
Keanu Reeves, 1993. James Brown, 2004. And Robert Downey Jr., 1999.
Okay, the only thing that I can think. Oh god. Okay, the only thing that I can think of about Robert Downey Jr. that might be in any way relevant is he kicked his drug habit.
Yeah.
He, um, he. Have you got more people, or is that all the people?
I have more people.
Oh, okay.
I can keep going for a long while on this. I think I've got about 50 on this list.
Okay. So he kicked his drug habit. He had something to do with Burger King at one point. There's a big connection between him and Burger King because of that being where he threw away his last drugs or whatever.
Yeah. Frank
Uh,
Sinatra, famously associated with Burger King.
might have been famously associated with some sort of burgers at some point.
Could have been, could have been.
I'm not going to say it was. I've got it in my head that that Downey Jr. was arrested.
Yeah.
You said
Really?
that in a way. Okay, so something to do with them all having been arrested.
Yes.
I'm gonna. Is Donald Trump on this list by any chance?
He almost certainly is.
Mugshots.
Yeah.
Famous mugshots.
These are famous celebrity mugshots in the year they were arrested. So other people on the list include Justin Bieber,
Yep,
Martin Luther King, Lindsay Lohan, of course.
naturally.
Mick Jagger comes up. Mickey Rourke, Cher. God, Cher looks fucking different from in 1959 at the age of 13. Or borrowing a friend's car, apparently.
Oh, what else are you gonna do in a friend's car?
Paris Hilton, Khloe Kardashian, Snoop.
Oh, was that drug possession for Snoop by any chance?
Have a look. No.
Did he murder
He turned
someone?
himself. He turned himself in to face murder charges in the shooting death of Philip Waldemarian. He
Christ.
was later acquitted of all charges.
Because he couldn't possibly have done it because it was too high.
Yeah. So that Jeremy Meeks guy, you
Hmm.
may remember,
No.
he was the hot felon. He was a Crips gang member and convicted felon who became famous due to his mugshot. He got 96,000 likes because of his mugshot was so attractive, and he is a looker.
I don't particularly remember him being anyone that I found
He's a
all that
fashion
appealing.
model now. 1.6 million Instagram followers.
Wow, that's more than I've got.
Yes, they all have famous mugshots.
And of course, Trump
Okay.
on the list.
Yeah, well, he's not actually on this list, but I mean, yeah, he
He
counts.
should be because his mugshot's used in marketing now.
Yeah,
It's his own fucking
Yeah.
brand.
yeah.
Right. So how am I going to? Oh, yep. Let's do it this way. Look at this. It's a poster on a
Wow.
wall.
Yeah.
It's worth
yeah.
nearly £7,000.
Love. Well, Jesus, what's it made of? Fucking adamantium. Suppose it's inflation in it.
The thermal regulator is not working there. Oh no, the atmosphere regulator. So can I toggle that?
It's like a topic.
Yeah, go on.
So you and I talked about Channel 5 documentaries,
Oh, yeah, we did.
and I said I found some interesting ones. So,
I don't believe
may-
you, but okay.
well, ones that were interesting to me.
That I will believe.
And you may recall I mentioned one about a TV presenter I'd never heard of.
Vaguely.
Yeah, that was Huey Green. Do you know who Huey Green is?
There's some commentator, some TV guy that you have never heard of before.
He presented Opportunity Knocks.
Did he?
He was also the father of Paula Yates
Okay.
and the grandfather of Peaches Geldof. He had an affair and fathered Paula Yates, and it was revealed at his funeral, wherein a journalist went up and made a speech and said, "Oh, he's got a very famous love child," which was fascinating. This was part of a series on a three-part series on what's called Mr. Saturday Night.
Christ.
Presenters who basically owned Saturday Night for a time. So Huey Green was one, Noel Edmonds was another, and the third was Michael Barrymore. Now, what do you know about Michael Barrymore?
Kids say the darndest things.
Yes, that was one of his big hits. Which, I mean, in fairness, is like a pretty solid. I think the Americans got there first. I'm almost certain they did.
Probably. Bloody Yanks.
Very solid idea for a show. You don't really even need to do much. You just need the right presenter.
You don't even need the right presenter.
Do you know what happened at his pool?
Yeah, someone drowned.
No.
Well, I mean, they were dead at least.
Okay, so
The implication is that there was a drowning.
I watched a documentary called Michael Barrymore, The Body in the Pool,
All
as
right.
well. This was on Channel 4. This was on YouTube, incidentally. Check it out, it's great.
If that's your kind of thing, then yes, it probably is great.
Just is, Michael Barrymore was a huge television presenter in the 90s. Came out as gay in, I think, 97. And
Brave.
he was embraced. Well, I think...
I bet he was. Bet he loved that.
What?
Being embraced.
Oh, right.
So it's a joke, then.
Why would he love that? Just because he's gay?
Well, because everyone loves to be embraced once they've been announced what they are and who they are. To be welcomed and accepted.
All right, you've done enough. Yeah.
But yes, also because he was gay.
Okay. He showed up to a gay bar called, I think it's called the White Swan, and they were having a
That's a
karaoke
shit
night,
name.
something like that. They were having a karaoke.
Oh yes,
night
I've met this karaoke woman.
with a drag queen, and he sang. Well, he just basically sang that he was gay to the tune of New York. And he was a bit drunk, and I think he got to the point where it's just, I cannot be fucking asked to hide this anymore.
As you do.
Anyway, his career, I mean, he won 3 television awards or like comedy awards that year, so he clearly didn't do his career any harm. Anyway, the thing he is probably most well known for is a house party he threw.
Which is always good to know.
In 2001, Michael Barrymore was out in the town with some friends, his partner and like a bunch of people he met. He went to this club and he bumped into a guy called Stuart Lubbock. He was quite a looker, and he invited him back to his place. And at like 3 in the morning or 5 in the, something like in the early hours of the morning, one of the guests called the police and said that they just found him floating in the pool. No, the investigation was. I mean, Michael Barrymore had since he got the fuck out of there. Like he just fucking left, which is weird because it's his house. He's going to be associated with it. I think it was just an instinct thing, like just run. But they did during the autopsy. They found he'd like really fucking serious anal injuries.
Mm-hmm.
Like everything was. Like there was bleeding and tears, and it was indicative of a serious sexual assault. And they were also pretty sure he didn't drown, that he had died before he ended up in the pool. And the running theory was that somebody put him in the pool in an attempt to hide evidence. He had significant levels of alcohol and drugs in his system as well. And this was a huge deal because nobody really knows what happened. You have a vague idea. Apparently the police have narrowed it down to 3 people, based on the testimony of like where people were. They gave testimony of their movements. One of those people is Michael Barrymore. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of a mystery. Everybody's sort of shut down, and it's been so long that nobody. I think at this point, people are worried if they say anything, they'll be prosecuted regardless. Somebody was arrested in 2020 and then released because there wasn't enough evidence. The fact that they arrested someone sort of indicates that the police have narrowed it down to that one person, which incidentally wasn't Michael Barrymore.
Well, that's good because obviously if it was him, then
if it was him, we would know about it. It was too young to be Michael. Yeah. He apparently said he was drunk in the taxi home that night, and he apparently said to the taxi driver, "I could really do with a fuck." So clearly the atmosphere was as such that, you can see sort of how it happened. I mean, everybody's drunk, everybody's sort of doing a bit of drugs.
As you do.
And somebody makes a move and just sort of doesn't stop, and then it all goes to hell. But yeah, Michael Barrymore sued the Essex police, and then that's why it came out that they had to present like evidence that they had reasonable cause to suspect him, and that's how it came out that there were 3 people who it could have been.
I mean, we both know exactly what happened.
Do we?
Absolutely. It was a strangers on a train style situation.
Right.
No, hang on. No, that's not what I'm thinking of. The one where they all did it.
Oh, okay. You mean Murder on the Orient Express?
That's the one. It was
Strangers on a Train is would be like
two people taking each other to swap them, aren't they?
yeah,
Yeah.
somebody who didn't like Stuart Lubbock asked like Michael Barrymore to kill him, and he did so in the most publicly damaging way he could.
Yes.
So
No. It was.
one of Michael Barrymore's enemies was like quietly dispatched in return. I know what you mean.
I mixed up the ones because they're both
Yeah.
trains.
They are both train. Yes, I know what you mean. I think you're probably right. I think they probably all
They're all complicit.
know. Yeah, they are all complicit. That's why nobody said anything.
Exactly.
Um,
But for legal reasons, we're going to say that it was a horrible accident. No one really knows what happened. He did it to himself. Barrymore definitely wasn't responsible.
Yeah. Well, we don't know. Accusing anybody.
But for legal reasons, it wasn't him.
The police have said that 9 people were at the party, and they know that not everybody was responsible for what happened. So who knows? I mean, I don't know. I hope we do get a charge. It seems like one of those where basically police officers who have been working on the case and are familiar with the ins and outs of the case probably know, who did it. Given the fact that they arrested somebody, it sort of suggests that
I've got an idea.
they have an idea. So yeah, it's just a really interesting, sad, very like his dad spent his entire the rest of his life campaigning for it, and he died never knowing. And I think his brother was his brother was at the club that night, and he says that Michael Barrymore made a beeline for him because his brother was quite attractive, and that doesn't mean Michael Barrymore hunted him down or anything, but saw a cute guy in a club and went to talk to him.
Well, Michael Barrymore's do it. Save it down to strings.
Yeah. Well, his brother. I mean, the impression I get is that his brother just sort of wants to leave it, and thinks something is up with it, but can't dedicate that much of himself to focusing on this, and sort of just wants to move on with his life, which is sort of fair enough. But yeah, I think sort of annoying that Michael Barrymore pops up on TV every now and then. He's never going to be as big as he was, obviously. But he was on Celebrity Big Brother.
Well, I mean, that's how you know you've hit the lows.
Incidentally, do you know who else made an appearance on that series of Celebrity Big Brother?
No, I don't know who else made an appearance on that year's Big Brother Celebrity.
Jimmy Savile.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, says it all, doesn't it?
Yeah, along with Rula Lenska, Preston, and
was this Preston the one who stormed off?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the only thing I know him for.
I bet he hates that. He was on that episode of that season of Celebrity Big Brother, and he married Chantel briefly, and then he stormed off. Never mind the Buzzcocks. And
that's it. That's everything I. That's now everything I know about him.
Yeah.
Was he a musician?
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, that would explain why he was on the show in the first place, really.
Yeah. Yeah, I think. Well, yeah. There's definitely shit going on there, and I would like to know. Not that it's any of my business, but it is. Yeah, he was on Dancing on Ice as well, and he did Piers Morgan's live stories and got a round of applause for not really saying anything because the viewing public are fucking idiots.
Right, I want you to just watch this for a moment because this could either go really well or really badly.
What is it?
I'm about to detonate.
It's one of those. Oh.
I'm about to detonate something. There was every chance it was going to blow up the fuel tank.
Was that an odd thing or something you would have fucked up?
It would have been something I would have fucked up. I don't know what the blast range on these things are, but now that we've tested it with those ones, I feel confident enough.
So that wasn't the only documentary I saw on Channel 5 that I thought was interesting.
Okay.
Well, I saw another one about the Carry On stars, who, as I've said before, are like fascinatingly damaged human beings.
Yes, I read an article this week about a Carry On.
You silly Billy.
A Carry On star who had helped with the Great
Yes.
Escape. No, I can't remember his name.
Butterworth. Something kind of.
Brian Butterworth.
No, that's
No,
Brian
Butterfield.
Butterfield.
The explosion
Hang
wasn't
on.
as bad as I thought, actually.
Yeah, I read that too. That he had been an instrumental part of the actual Great Escape. Peter Butterworth. Yes. See, that's another fascinating story. Like Kenneth Williams, he was like just a very damaged man, or Sid James. #1 women's hairdresser in Johannesburg before he became an actor. Or, Hattie Jakes, who suffered with her weight, and Joan Sims, who was really impoverished by the end. Because the producer of the Carry On films, like, he made them sign a contract which was like fucking poverty wages. They didn't get residuals or anything really.
Wow.
It's a fascinating story. I quite like to read a book that sort of covers all of it. But we'll have to see. Anyway, yes, the other documentary I watched was in a similar vein. Do you know who John Leslie is?
It's a name that rings a bell, but I can't think why.
Yes. So, John Leslie used to present This Morning.
Okay.
He was a Scottish television presenter. He was on Blue Peter. Then he presented This Morning alongside Firm Britain. Now, where it gets pretty interesting to me. Let me just get the page up so I can tell you what year it was. So, 2002, Ulrika Jonsson, you know who she is?
Yeah.
Yeah. She wrote in an autobiography that an acquaintance had raped her when she was 19. Right?
Okay. Well, not
And
okay, but you know what I mean.
Well, yeah, this led to a whole shit ton of speculation. Now, on the Wright stuff, Matthew Wright accidentally named John Leslie as the alleged predator. And this kicked off a whole sea of, like, tabloid storm. It's interesting, I think, to note that Ulrika Jonsson never confirmed or denied that. He never said a thing.
The responsible thing to do would be to deny it if it wasn't the case.
That's my thought. It would be pretty shitty if she knew it wasn't him and she didn't say anything. Which sort of suggests...
But maybe.
Yeah.
Just maybe.
Well, I don't think this thing went to trial, but other ones popped up, like almost immediately.
Okay, as I do.
Women came forward. He was charged, and then the charges were dropped. And then a while later, in 2018, and more charges came up, and he was cleared. Well, he was found. What's the thing they have in Scotland? It's like not proven, isn't it?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, he's found not proven. For those of you who don't know, not proven is sort of like
I think
we can't say for sure that you're innocent, but they haven't proved that you did it. It came up again in 2019. So he kept getting accused, and he kept going to court. Well, women kept coming forward. He was cleared of that charge, and the judge said, and I quote, "You, for the second time, leave this court without a stain on your character, and I hope it will be the last time you have to attend."
Well, that's pretty...
So, this documentary, it took the documentary itself didn't necessarily come out and say this, but basically all the talking heads did. They said that John Leslie had sort of been... They didn't accuse the women of lying, but they said that his life had basically been ruined by this, and they expressed a great deal of sympathy for him.
Okay.
Now,
I mean, that's all well and good, but only if he's actually innocent.
Yeah, I mean, no, we've talked about like innocent and innocent until proven guilty. We talked about it with Russell Brand, didn't we?
Yeah, no, so
And
that's all
how
gone
that,
quiet.
yeah, and how that's a legal term. Uh, you can still judge evidence yourself.
Yeah,
Obviously, we don't have a great deal of it because these cases didn't. A lot of them didn't go to trial, and none of it did. I don't think the details have ever been published. It's not public knowledge, I guess. I don't know, but I think there's two things that really stick out to me. Is that people keep accusing him
yes, which is kind
like
of an
across a number of
indictment.
years, well past the point that he had any degree of TV fame. Like he was kicked off this morning because of the allegations, and he sort of never on TV again. I think he went into property, which admittedly is probably pretty lucrative. He may well have done it pretty well for himself, but he's not famous, so I don't really think you can argue that they're out for attention because he's basically just a private citizen now. Even though the tabloids would definitely report on allegations against him, but
Only because the tabloids have a gutter press.
yeah, but they don't name people who accused him. It's not a great way to get fame.
Well, it's not necessarily about you getting famous, is it? It's about, I don't know. Well, I've never falsely accused someone of something, so I don't really understand the psychology behind it.
But the other thing, and we've talked about this, is the fact Ulrika Jonsson didn't say a thing.
Yeah, I mean that's for.
Well, there is another thing as well, actually. Sorry, but yeah, Ulrika Jonsson never said a thing. And as you rightly pointed out, you would suggest or suspect that if he had been wrongly named, Ulrika Jonsson would have come out and said,
You would hope so. It would be the decent thing to do.
Not him. Well, I can't. I mean, Ulrika Jonsson seems like a very nice person.
Was she married to a football person?
Yeah, she's married to Sven.
Sven-Göran Eriksson.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
But yeah, it does seem like she would have said, it's not him. Please don't. I mean, because he went through the ringer on that.
You would hope that she would be decent enough to set the record right on that.
Yeah, I think it's. I mean, the fact is, I think it's more likely to believe that she didn't say anything because it was true than she didn't give a shit. Or she just didn't want to get involved. Yeah.
Of the options, that is the more likely one on face value.
The other thing is, where did Matthew Wright get his name from? Why was he mentioned in the first place? Did you say that was a good question?
I did say that was a good question, yes.
Thank you very much. But do you see what I mean? Like, why did he say that? Presumably there were whispers in the wind about this.
As there are in all sorts of fucking things.
Yeah, I mean, people behind the scenes in TV pick up a shit ton of stuff. I've heard it said that, showbiz correspondents, journalists, the amount of stuff they cannot print is immense compared to stuff that they can, and there's so many secrets and gossip and scandal out there. And they hear all this stuff, and we're not privy to it. But in the green room, and backstage, and amongst your showbiz friends and producers and whatever, conversations happen. Well, so yeah, I think that's an intriguing point.
Absolutely.
I think, and this documentary, as I say, these talking heads were very much of the opinion that. They didn't come out and say that he'd been slandered or anything, but they were like, he's been through so much. It was definitely a sympathetic bent to their commentary.
The implication is that they believe he is innocent. Or they don't care.
Yeah, I mean, the fact is they're going off the point that all the evidence was dropped, but the case was dropped.
OJ got acquitted.
Well, yeah, it's not easy it's not easy to prove, sexual assault, is it? At a certain point, it is he said, she said. It's difficult to prove that in a court of law, and victims are very much aware of this. They're not necessarily keen to come forward a lot of the time.
And this, ladies and gentlemen, is why if anyone does sexually assault you, you should absolutely raise the situation as soon as is possible.
Yeah, I know it's difficult, and you may have you may not think it's happened, and you may sort of question whether maybe they just, maybe I sent some signals that were misinterpreted or whatever. But
9 times
yeah,
out of
get on that
10,
quick. Yeah.
you should have done it sooner.
So we understand why you didn't.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it just sort of the whole. I mean, as I said, we've talked about it before. Innocent until proven guilty is a legal term. There are different thresholds for that sort of stuff. I don't know. We don't know. He's never been found guilty of a crime, but
Neither have I. I've probably still done something.
yeah, probably. You look the sort.
Video piracy. That's coming back,
Yes, it is because I mean it's all gone in a circle. They've just invented cable, haven't they?
Yeah.
All the streaming services are costing money. You've got to get on a streaming service. Why the fuck would I do that?
Oh, I just need to quickly reply to a message.
Well, while you're doing that, should I move on to another topic?
Well, do you not want to mine? Seeing as we've spent the last 30 minutes covering 2 of yours.
Oh, sorry. I thought you saved my. I thought these days you like to save yours for my video.
Well, I think it's easier for me to. I mean, we still do some of mine, don't we?
Yeah, all right. Go on. Sorry.
That's fine. I just bear with.
I wonder if it'll be. I mean, I can't imagine you don't have
the big one.
The last 3 topics on your list. But go on.
You only have 3 topics left on your list.
Yeah, I was going to do 2 at once.
All right, fine. Do them. Oh
no.
shit!
How many?
Shit! It's all gone Pete Tong.
Who's Pete Tong?
Timmy's mate.
Go on then. What's your topic?
No, you go. Do yours.
How many have you got?
I've got like 12 of them.
Oh right, okay. We've had some celebrity deaths.
We have.
Yeah, I've got 2.
I've got 2. No, I've got 1. Sorry.
Which one do you have?
Carl Weathers.
Oh right, I've got Carl Weathers 2.
I didn't know there was a Carl Weathers 2. I thought there was just 1 Carl Weathers.
Yes, Carl Weathers, who starred in
a lot of things.
Rocky.
Yes.
Was he Apollo in Rocky? Yes, he was Apollo Creed in Rocky. And he was also in Predator.
He was.
He's died at 76.
He was also in The Mandalorian.
Was he really? Do you like him in The Mandalorian?
Yeah, he was alright.
There you go.
He was also in It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
You like him in It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia?
Not Curb Your Enthusiasm, sorry.
Yeah, he was. Do you like him in that?
I've not seen it. I've seen a clip of him. And it was
Well,
amusing.
I like him. I like him in Predator.
Is that the only one of those that you've seen him in?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Do you know what the other big celebrity death was?
I mean, I saw that someone had died. I didn't bother writing it down because I didn't care.
Bigger in this country. Ian Lavender, who played Corporal Pike, Sergeant Pike, Private Pike in Dad's Army.
That's the
he
one.
Died at 77. He was also briefly in EastEnders.
Who was it?
As a gay man. He was a gay man who was friends with Pauline Fowler.
Oh, that's the hardest role to play, mates with Pauline Fowler. It's like being a gay man.
I often think of that Leslie Grantham thing that he said, that he called Wendy Richards a wanker. Like, well, to be fair, Wendy Richards was a wanker. But yes, Ian Lavender has died, which means that all the main cast of Dad's Army are now dead.
Well, it's only a matter of time, wasn't it? Like,
Dad's Army.
Pardon?
Do you like Dad's Army?
Not particularly. It's not
like
something I've really given much time to.
And I haven't really seen much of it, but from what I've seen, it seems funny. And yes, the classic line, "Don't tell him, Pike." You know what that means?
Yeah, just don't tell him what your name is on this list of names that he's trying to put together. But I'm going to tell you I'm going to tell him what your name is. I've seen the clip.
Yeah, that's funny.
Objectively funny, which is the best kind.
Yeah.
So yeah, they've died. This is a
Yep.
shame because that's something that you know happens.
Yeah. Left behind legions of fans. More than you'll ever do.
You say that I've got 13, nearly 14,000 of them on a particular platform, and my number just keeps going up. What are you laughing?
Can you set like a name for your subscribers, your followers?
I already have.
What have you called them?
Caption fans.
Oh, how
Well, no, because
great.
I do it by under the name Caption Man. So Caption Man is
Oh,
Caption Fans.
I would have called them
Captioneers. Wankers.
pervert.
Well, I mean,
Nah,
not in
they're not
polite conversation.
perverts, for heaven's sake. There's
I've
nothing
made
wrong.
35 quid off of them this week.
Well, there you go. Got a good.
And off them, I mean off one person.
Mm.
Repeat customer.
Well, I'm glad you're doing well. My subscriber count has also grown.
How much money have you made off yours?
Significantly less than you've made off yours.
Well,
Um,
over the last 5 days, I've made 35 quid off one person. So,
well, estimated revenue is £10.28 over the last month. But I don't get that much. I get
see, mine is I get paid to do a specific thing.
£6.31.
Well, I get paid to do a specific thing, and you're paid an ad revenue, aren't you?
Yeah, it'll stack up once I get more videos. But really, I've made 12 quid, including the Patreon pay. Yeah, once I get more videos out, it'll stack.
How many videos have you done now?
I wonder if
4, isn't it?
Well, let's see. Oh, I guess we're not counting the introduction or the tier videos. Are we counting the tier videos?
Up to you.
Okay, we'll count them all. I did the introduction. I did Bet Lynch. I did Dirty Den.
Did the Christmas?
Yeah, I did EastEnders Christmas. Yeah, I almost forgot about that. Noel Gordon and Sharon Gates. So I've done 6. Well, 5 main ones, and plus 2 tier videos. And I'm working on a soap opera Iceberg.
Yes. Tell me more about the Reddit question that you put up.
Well, yeah, I put my feelers out, so to speak.
As you do.
Because I think a large point in the whole soap opera, or the whole Iceberg thing, is that it's meant to be a collaborative process. Well, nobody's really offering suggestions.
Because people are morons.
Well, I got some off the Reddits. Some were more forthcoming than others, it must be said. But yeah, I mean, I think I may even got some subscribers out of it just from people asking what my channel was. But yes, I'm going to work on that, maybe a little this weekend. I also want to do some writing this weekend and do some research for my next mainline video, which is going to be about the Emmerdale plane crash.
I've got to do some video stuff this weekend.
You're turning them out. How many videos have you done?
What date is it today?
It's the 8th.
Okay, well, so far in that case, I've published 12 videos, not including the introduction video. And I have got more videos all set up until the 20th, but I need to put 4 more up, so it wouldn't be 30 videos, it would be 26 videos up to that point.
Well done.
Thank you.
But you're going to take a little break, aren't you? Really, essentially, aren't you? It's gonna cool down once the season ends. Or
no,
something.
once the season starts.
All right.
Like the proper season starts, because I'll be doing it in line with the proper season. This is just to get me into the whole actually doing stuff on a regular basis thing.
Yeah.
A bit of background about the teams and that lot. And
will you
course,
do like?
So go on.
No, go on. You finish.
And then to build a small audience at least in the time before is matters.
I'm going to do my bit this weekend. I'm gonna have your videos on in the background, because I'll be honest, I think you and I will both agree that the visual content is not, the
Some of it
Well,
is
it's just
lacking.
driving, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah,
But that's all right.
you know,
That's sort of just the background stuff that you've got to have on to say from a black screen, but you're talking through it. I think you do.
you've not seen one where I'm actually talking yet, are you?
I have.
Oh, okay. Today.
On the not today, but on the at the end of one of those videos, you were sort of on the final screen, and I knew it was scripted, and you went through like one of the teams.
Yeah. Whilst watching the qualifying situation for the first Grand Prix, from the fourth video onwards, you get proper whilst I'm doing stuff, whilst I'm driving, commentary.
Can I venture a suggestion?
Of course you can.
Now, it may not be up, your sort of thing, but have you thought about doing F1 video essays?
I thought about it. It seems a lot of work.
It is a lot of work. I can completely understand that.
And with the footage situation, getting footage to correlate, I just can't be asked with the stress. The amount of work I put into the specific team videos I had already done, that I then had to redo part of because I couldn't use the footage that I'd already spent all the fucking time putting together and getting sorted. I'm not doing that.
Well, yeah. I mean, my thought would have been you could go through like historic races of significance.
Well, I mean, I can still talk about them, but I'd have to.
So what will you be doing?
Well, I mean, the plan is to sort of play the game, talk about the live season when it's happening, any other big bits that are coming up. So I mean, I talk about in one that's coming up, and because it's a bit late now, but because of the way I've set about getting them done. But I have got stuff where I'm talking about the Hamilton move. That's been scheduled and planned. And
I remember you saying about that.
Yeah, we were talking about that last week.
He's moving to Motorola. Not Motorola, Ferrari.
Ferrari, that's right. Not until he's still got this season at Mercedes, so he's got one more season before he moves.
Go-getter.
Well, if they want you.
Well, yeah, I mean they're going to pay him a fortune.
And the thing is, like
they're going to give him what he needs to do even better.
Well, not necessarily.
Their resources, I'm guessing.
The thing is, Mercedes, who he's driving for now, came second in the last championship. Ferrari came third, but it was quite a tight competition between the two, and it shouldn't have been a tight competition between the two, but it was. Ferrari are the most decorated Formula One team in history, so you kind of, if you're going to be one of the greats,
are they the oldest though?
They are also one of the oldest, yes.
There you go.
But Williams have been at it for fucking years and years and years, and they're just not competitive now. Like, they've not been competitive since 2005, I think it was. So, longevity does not necessarily mean modern success.
No, but they've had more time to accrue.
Yeah.
So those sort of decorations.
Well, for comparison, Williams achieved their 100th race victory in the year 2000, and I only know this because I wrote the piece about them ready to script as part of my script. I only wrote it today, ready to go up or get sorted out and go up. They managed their 100th race win. It was either 1997 or 2000. I can't remember which one. Red Bull have managed 100 race wins plus since their inception in like 2005. So like, yeah, and considering they achieved 21 of those last year, they're up there as one of the teams, and that's the trouble now. Is the likes of Red Bull, where they've got so much fucking money, they don't necessarily know about cars as part of their business start, but they know they've got the money to put into making sure they've got the people.
Thing. Yeah.
So yeah, I talk about the Hamilton move, and I spent some time talking about the Jenson Button victory in Canada in 2001 at one point, because that's a race that stuck with me. Other bits and bobs of racing through history. Talk about Michael Schumacher at one point because more than one point. Oh shit, I didn't mean to do that. Because he was basically the king of the track back when I got into the sport. So. There's stuff. It's a lot more freeform than I think one would expect.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. It is more freeform. But what I'll do, I'll, I mean, I'll do my best because you've got a lot of videos out there, and they're quite long, aren't they?
Some of them are short. Wait till Monaco. I got
Oh.
record. It's meant to take about 3 hours for me to record everything, right? Give or take,
Mm.
about 3 hours, with a small gap in between each one for me to catch my breath.
Yeah.
I had Monaco done in about 45 minutes
Mm.
because of how badly I did.
Well, I think what I'll do, I'll I will yeah, I'll watch a few of them, and I'll share it with my lot because I reckon there'll probably be some crossover, and I'll do what I can.
There is of course no obligation for you to do anything, and I know I keep saying it.
Well, I don't care. I want to. You know, you're doing this, and you know I've got a bit of a following, and
I would
you
share
know.
it to my caption folk, but I don't really want to.
Yeah, I quite like the idea that these videos just stay a separate thing, though.
Oh no, of course.
You know that we don't mention it on either one of our channels. If somebody stumbled into it because they go on the site, and just sort of stumble, that's fine. But you know, this is like a little oasis where nobody knows our name, even though we've said them a couple of times.
No, that's because no one
Them
watches them.
mention them in the
See,
description
I feel,
frequently. But aside from that,
you know, I feel like I might have briefly mentioned something already, but not like a, hey, you should do this. I can't remember what though. But the trouble is, I'm just talking. Like I'm not
yeah,
necessarily. I don't plan what I'm going to say most of the time. The only planned bits of content, were the speech wise, are the team sections. Everything else is completely improvised. So sometimes it's entertaining to me. Sometimes it is just pure drivel. One
well,
race, I started falling asleep.
that's not a good sign.
I did. It was early Sunday morning. I'd had a late night, and I did still win.
Mm.
It makes me
I think.
sleepy.
Well, I think it might help if you know people were watching and they were like commenting
What,
questions or
live?
suggestions. And what do you mean?
Oh, so not whilst I'm.
No,
No, okay.
if you get some viewers and they comment questions and stuff, you can sort
Oh
of
yeah,
read
that'd
off
be
that.
nice.
Or you could do a tier list. I know you don't
Oh,
like
I
tier
fucking
lists,
hate
but
the idea of a tier list.
yeah, that's the thing. See, well, yeah. I mean, I'm hopeful my iceberg video when I get it done. God knows how. But it's not a priority. It's sort of a rolling thing. But I'm hopeful that will bring me to a wider audience, and I'm hopeful. Okay, so my hope is that I'll get the Emmerdale video done, and that'll be good. And then my next videos they'll go for Roy and Haley, which was a trans storyline in Corrie,
Mm-hmm.
and that will sort of maybe bring me to a bit more wider attention and wider acclaim. And then I'd like to do an American. Wouldn't mind doing the Who Shot JR. Maybe that'll bring me some American viewers.
You never know.
You know, you got to think about these things, man.
Well, I mean, Formula One's got a lot of an American following at the moment.
Yeah.
Also, like,
Well,
you're talking to the guy who spent maybe 45 minutes making Valentine's Day themed captions because that's coming up next week. So, like, I'm very aware of.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
just, there's only so much you can do at any one time.
Well, that's the thing. I mean, I'm lucky in the fact that I'm literally the only person doing one for now. And someone will do it better, but you know, I'm hopeful I'll be all right. And I have said I wouldn't mind writing a book if I get enough subscribers to justify it. You know, I'll do like a 50 moments that made soap book. I'll go through something. That'll be pretty cool. But yeah, we'll have to see. I should probably think about doing another tier list at some point. Maybe next month, I think. Start thinking about that.
Well, you've got a lot on your plate at the moment.
Yeah, it's good. I feel very creatively invigorated.
Can I be asked to move all that stuff out?
I don't know, can you?
I don't think I can. I think it's a chuck it all in the furnace thing.
What does that X-ray vision do?
It helps me determine, from the look of it, what kind of stuff needs to go where. So this orangey stuff needs to go in the furnace. The blue stuff needs to go in the processor.
Right. Right. Okay.
That's the point.
Do you want to do another topic? Should we save the really big one for next time?
Yeah, probably. Actually, since I mentioned Valentine's Day, let's do that one next. Are you got plans for Valentine's Day?
The fuck do you think?
Well, I was sort of hopeful you might send me some flowers, but
No.
I was considering getting my partner some roses, but it's my understanding that she prefers Quality Street.
Yeah, I am actually smiling. I knew it was. I fucking knew it was going that way. I very nearly made the joke myself. That's sort of.
That's the thing. It's a quality joke. It's a Quality Street joke, if you will. No,
Is that the only? Is that the only thing the topic's there for? Just to
I wanted an excuse to make the joke. Yes, fine.
Okay.
Job done.
Are you doing anything really for Valentine's Day?
No, probably not. What day is it? Is it a Wednesday?
I couldn't tell you.
Yeah, you could check.
Well, as a single person, it means fuck all to me.
Well, yeah, but I'm asking you to just quickly double check what's on.
I am checking. I'm talking at the same time. Yes, you're right. It's next Wednesday.
Okay, so I will be seeing my partner because she'll be over on Tuesday night into Wednesday, and she's actually she's watching my son for me Wednesday daytime whilst I go to the office. So
that's
lucky her. Yeah, well, you know.
Is she good with him?
Yeah, I'd say so. Not murdered him yet, so.
That's a promising start.
And I would say there's plenty of opportunities to feel the need to. Like that period of time where he wasn't very good at washing his hands after going through a ship, bless him. Oh, they were rough times.
Well, it is tricky.
Then there was the dark times.
Well, no, I shan't be doing it. Wednesday, people in the office have been talking about it in a different team.
Talking about you not doing something on Valentine's Day.
No.
Get rid of them.
No,
Bastards.
talk about what they're going to do with their partners.
That's very insensitive of them, seeing as you're not doing anything.
No, it's fine. I'm one of only 2 single people in the office, actually. Yeah, I'm pretty well. I can't speak for finance, but certainly the 3 departments that share the main body, I'm pretty sure everybody's married or dating. Yeah, aside from me and a colleague.
But you could solve that problem in one go.
Yeah.
I say problem, like, it doesn't matter.
You solve that problem and make another. No.
HR will get involved.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, I'm not. I don't.
Yeah,
really.
Dating's not for everyone, is it, at the moment? And I mean, do you even want to date someone?
Not right now.
Here's a question for you, and feel free to tell me no. But I'm curious, and as a mate, I'm wholeheartedly supportive of you.
God.
Is there anyone in particular that, if you were inclined, you would be interested in dating? Like,
no.
Is there someone you fancy?
No.
Really? That amazes me.
Genuinely, no.
Because most people have at least someone that they sort of just fancy.
Yeah, you'd think, but genuinely.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
No, there isn't anybody, which I'm fine with.
And you should be.
Although I am ready to be hurt again. But not quite yet.
I thought you weren't into getting spanked.
Well, I've got other things to do, haven't I? That's just what I tell you.
Oh, you don't like it when I spank you? Call me daddy. No, don't do that. I shouldn't do that. I'm sorry. I'll take it back. I feel bad about it as well, man. Unless...
Stop it. I'm all clenched up.
You're all clenched up. Good. That's how I like you.
Don't fucking stop it. I swear to God, I will cut them off myself.
Cut what off?
Well, it off myself. What was I talking about? When's Pancake Day?
That's Tuesday.
Is that the Tuesday before Valentine's Day?
Yes.
Oh, pancake. See, that's a much more exciting day. There's someone at work made the point that because it always falls on a Tuesday, they get home from work and then have to make pancakes for their kids, or are asked to make pancakes for their kids. It's like, who the fuck can be asked? And it's like, yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and avoid it.
Move it to a Sunday.
No, but like, it's a religious thing, isn't it? And they've got so many Sundays. They keep claiming
Alright.
Sundays and Mondays and all sorts.
Well, then it can be changed.
Yeah, but imagine trying to change Mardi Gras.
Well, why don't you, when is Mardi Gras?
Tuesday, it's the same day.
Is it?
It's Fat Tuesday, that's what it means. It's the same principle. It's basically the end of Lent. Or
Right.
whatever. Not the end of Lent, start of Lent. But use
Well,
everything up before Lent.
I wouldn't mind having some pancakes. I do like pancakes. I like the American ones better, but I do have a soft spot for the English ones.
See, I don't think I can fit pancakes into my calorie count.
Are you counting calories now?
I was counting calories when we were talking about me keeping an eye on my... and doing some exercise and keeping an eye on stuff anyway.
You know what I ate today?
Go on, what did you eat?
I had, when I was at work, I went to the little workshop and I got a peanut bar and I got 2 Bakewell tart flapjacks and I ate them. And then I had, for dinner, I had chips and chow mein and seaweed and spring rolls and a big bottle of Diet Coke.
Do you want to know what
And
I
I
ate today?
just think there's a certain joy in indulging oneself.
There absolutely is.
I felt very decadent and I sort of liked it, and honestly it's a wonder I'm not like one of those people who eats for sexual thrill.
I mean, not yet, but there's always time. Do you want to know what I ate today?
I get it. Yeah?
I had... Let me just consult the list. I had some Donna chicken.
Who's chicken? Donna's chicken?
Donna chicken.
What's Donna chicken?
It's like Donna... you know, like Donna kebab? It's like that preparation, but it's chicken instead.
Right.
Which makes it slightly healthier.
Okay.
I mean, it doesn't make it much healthier because I did get it from a takeaway place. But I counted the calories on it. You know, I mean, my total calories for the day thus far are 1,436. My maintenance calories are 2,700 odd. Theoretically speaking, if I consistently eat less than 2,700 odd, I would eventually lose weight to a point. Well, I will steadily lose weight to a point of, you know, it being noticeable and it mattering. I have been tracking it as well, and I will say my weight is actually, according to the scales that I've got, which I keep tinkering with each night, but that's completely unrelated. My weight is decreasing, so
well, that's good.
Surprisingly fast as well.
Well, I'm proud of you for that, and well done.
Right.
But I've always thought there's something slightly dystopian about calorie counts when you're eating. Mum does it, and that makes me feel a bit uncomfortable because it's like you have exceeded your number, you have exceeded your allowance, you may not eat.
Well, no, because it's not necessarily about you don't do it anymore. It's about know what you're doing and accommodate accordingly. Like, I'm not eating stuff. Well, I am not eating stuff. I'm picking more sensible things to eat instead. Like if I'd gone to the takeaway that I go to normally without dieting, which is what I'm taking. I'm dieting basically. What I would have instead got would be perhaps they do a box meal and it would have had chicken in it and chips in it and salad in it and doner meat in it maybe and all that kind of shit, and that is objectively so much fucking worse. You know.
Well,
I'm even watching what I drink because obviously those calories still count.
I just think it takes the fun out of life.
Well, I get a lot of fun elsewhere.
Yeah.
So much fun, in fact, you wouldn't like to know it.
No, although you tell me persistently. Yes. I do my walking, and I don't eat that much. I've got a fair old tummy on me.
Oh, do you want to see something really cool? Watch this.
Okay.
I've cut that in such a way that it detached the two, and because they were pressurized, it depressurized them as well. which is something that was going to have to happen. But I've done it on my terms. Who's a clever clogs? An hour into this. I reckon we've got maybe 20 minutes. 15 at a push.
Okay. Well, yeah. In that case, do you want to do another topic?
Yeah, can do. Let me...
Wiki.
Yours or mine?
Yours. I've only got the big one left.
Oh, okay. Well, there is actually another Formula 1 one we could go if you want.
Okay.
Well, there's been a bit of a controversy.
Right.
Have you heard of this controversy? I suspect you probably haven't.
Max Mosley again.
No, not Max Mosley again.
With his parties.
You know, let him have him, as far as I'm concerned. Although it's probably dead by now.
That was.
If I did what?
What?
What did you ask?
Do you know who Max Mosley's father was?
I'm assuming it was a Mosley.
Oswald Mosley.
Okay.
i.e. the British fascist.
Well, I mean, you know, man shall not suffer for Adam's transgressions, or whatever it was.
Yeah.
You know, we are not all our father's children, as we both know full well.
Yeah.
Would you want me to judge you for the actions of your father? Because if so, you'd have to tell me what he did. And I'd rather you not judge me for my father's. And you know what he did. So, but no, sorry, anyway. The controversy. Do you know who Christian Horner is?
He rings a bell.
Do you know who
is he in the
Sorry, go on.
Is he a driver?
He's not a driver. He is, funnily enough, he is someone I mentioned in the one video that you've watched / listened to that had proper conversational pieces in. Because he's the team principal for Red Bull.
What is that?
He's basically the guy in charge of the team.
So he's like the producer.
He doesn't own the team, but he's like the guy who calls for shots.
The manager, producer, whatever.
Yeah. Like if it was football, he'd be the manager.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, do you know if I told you his wife was called Jerry, do you think you'd know who she was? Jerry Horner? Do you know who that is?
Yeah.
Who?
Why does that ring a bell? Jerry Horner.
Jerry Horner, formerly Halliwell.
Oh.
Yeah, he married Jerry Halliwell, the lucky bastard.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, if Jerry Halliwell is your cup of tea, she isn't there for everyone, and that's understandable, so, you know, fair enough. But, no, the thing is, there have been allegations that he might have sent some pictures that he shouldn't have sent to someone. Which I think, if you're married to Jerry Halliwell, is a fucking stupid thing to do, personally.
I don't want the Spice Girls to have a feud with me.
No, exactly. Like, of all the people...
I feel like they... I mean, they would... I think they would cut you. I genuinely do. I think I can imagine them castrating you.
Some people would pay for that. I hope not me, because I didn't do anything. I definitely haven't cheated on Jerry Halliwell, and I definitely haven't been sending my pic. I've not sent my junk to anyone in ages, and even then they only asked for it. She was asking for it, I swear.
Did she keep the receipt?
Yes, and funnily enough, she did return as well. So. What? This is your joke. It was just a consideration.
I know. I didn't anticipate it. I probably should have.
You should absolutely anticipate it. But no, so there's a bit of controversy. There's a lot of people suggesting that maybe he won't be taking the job on for much longer, which is, you know, it's sort of a shame, but also at the same time, if he's done it, fuck him.
Well, what's the who did he send it to?
I don't know.
I thought
it's not 100% sure. It's not 100% sure either that he did. I think it was meant to be someone on the team, a woman on the team.
Okay, okay. I was gonna say if it's just some random person, it's like morally questionable, but it's not like, you know, it shouldn't necessarily lose his job over it, I don't think. But if it's somebody on the team, that sort of complicates matters, doesn't it?
Very much so, yes. So yeah, like I said, I don't know all the details. It's not really properly fully public knowledge yet either. What's going on? We're keeping it sort of under wraps a bit. which is understandable because anything could happen and all sorts of allegations get thrown around. But rumour has it that this is what's going on. Obviously, it would be a shame in some ways to see him go. I saw some people suggesting that it was a thing designed to throw Red Bull off a bit as a sort of ploy. I would like to think that none of the teams would be callous enough to do that, but also at the same time, Formula One is a very
a lot of money.
a
lot of money.
There is a lot of money in it. It's not football levels of money, but it's money all the same.
That's an interesting point, actually. I say point. Which sports ranked for how much money they bring in?
It would be one of the footballs would probably be.
Yeah.
That is to say, American or soccer.
Well, it must be like proper football. I mean, that's popular globally.
It's true. How am I meant to take that off for bloody... Oh. I fucked this up a bit, Ben, by getting rid of the power before I should have done.
Okay. So I found... Well, this is from 2015.
Oh, I should be reasonably accurate enough.
So it's not... Yeah, it's not completely accurate, really, in terms of the day. Hang on. Actually, Well, the NFL seems to be coming out on top, but that's by teams, you see.
Ah, yeah.
The Dallas Cowboys. It used to be Real Madrid.
I would say it's close between the two of them personally. It's one or the other. There's good arguments for both. I need to concentrate.
That's all right. I'm googling.
Yoink. That's that taken care of. Fuel pipe has been taken down, so that's fine. I can just cut this now. Well, Ben, there's basically nothing left for me
Which sports generate the most? Okay. Okay. I found it. Eventually, it took a bit of rewording and googling. Okay. Right. Top 10.
Yep.
Okay, these all sort of make sense. So I'll start from number. Do you want to guess, or should I just start from number
10? Just start.
Okay, 10 MotoGP.
Okay.
That's 300 million.
Okay. Yeah, Formula 1 is definitely higher than that.
Yeah. Number 9 is tennis, 700 million. MMA, which is mixed martial arts, I believe.
It is.
Yeah, 1.5 billion.
Okay.
That's a fuck up. Okay, that's not right. This list is in the wrong order. 7 is boxing, 1 billion. No, 8. Fucking hell. 8 is boxing, 1 billion. 7 is wrestling, 1.27 billion. 6 is Formula 1, 1.4 billion. 5 is MMA, 1.5 billion. They put that in the wrong order for some reason. 4 is cricket.
Okay.
Which, makes sense. 3. This must be billion. They've written this as million. These fucking idiots. 3.5 billion a year. No, it's Play Today. 3 is basketball, 7 billion.
Yep. Big in Eastern Europe, that one.
Yeah. Which do you reckon? So I'll tell you now. It's American football and soccer.
Which we knew was going to be one or the other, didn't we?
One of them brings in 17 billion, and one of them brings in 50 billion.
I'm going to say... See, I think it's not the obvious answer. So I'm going to say American football is the higher one.
No,
Okay.
it is the obvious answer.
But
American football is number 2 with 17 billion. Soccer is number 1 with 50 billion.
Americans like spending money and going ridiculously big, and with a Super Bowl and all that, which is coming up. I think it's this weekend actually. I figured it would probably be the other way around. We had an explosion incident, Ben, so I'm ready to stop when you are.
Well, soccer is popular globally. American football is kind of limited.
I've just learned something. I can
Well,
scroll on the thing, so I can change what the view is. I
look
played
at
the
that.
whole fucking campaign and I can change it.
Would that have helped?
I don't know.
Well, you'll never know. Well, you probably will when we play this next time and we see.
Yeah, because it means it's highlighted that as a thing. That thing that's still worth 97,000. I can chuck in there. Lovely. Yoink. So yeah, I'm good to go. I'm gonna go wrap the process. So stopping this if you want to wrap up what you were saying.
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, soccer is popular, or football as we call it.
Football.
Good night.
Bye everyone. Well, hang
Bye.
on, we're not quite ready yet. Look at all
Are
that.
we?
Look at all that damage.
All right, lovely.
All right. Yeah. Okay. Bye everyone.
Bye. That was worth it.